It's easy to forget, given that the Russian air group at Hmeymim was wholly composed of Sukhoi aircraft, including the Su-24, 25, 27, 30, 34 and 35, that the word MiG has been synonymous with fighter for most of the post-World War II era. MiG Design Bureau's dominance started with the famous MiG-15 fighter of the Korean War fame, through MiG-17, 19 and 21 of the Vietnam War, Arab-Israeli Wars and the India-Pakistan conflicts, and ending with the MiG-23 that was the frontline Soviet fighter for most of the 1970s and 1980s, along with the MiG-25 strategic interceptor. The dominance of the MiG family was eclipsed and ultimately ended by the sudden emergence of the Sukhoi Design Bureau, which spent decades building attack, bomber and strategic interceptor aircraft such as the Su-15, and whose introduction of the record-breaking Su-27 meant the MiG suddenly became the junior partner in the Su-27 MiG-29 combination of fourth-generation fighters which entered service in the 1980s. The end of the USSR tilted the playing field even more in favor of the Su-27. It was not efficient to modernize and maintain two fighters with similar characteristics, so preference was given to the larger, longer-ranged aircraft capable of carrying a greater payload. While MiG-29s experienced some modernization, the Su-27 family was enlarged by the Su-30 SM long-range multi-role interceptor, the Su-34 tactical bomber, and finally the Su-35 Generation 4+ fighter, all of which were accepted into active service and ordered in large numbers. Moreover, older Su-27s were modernized to the Su-27 SM Generation 4+ level in order to keep them competitive in the air combat role. And of course, the T-50 Generation 5 fighter is also a Sukhoi design that will receive its Su designation once it is officially accepted into service. Today, 2 decades of MiG neglect are coming to an end. Already in the 1990s, a few dozen of the MiG-29 SMT Generation 4+ fighters entered service. These aircraft had improved avionics, a more powerful engine, extra fuel, and a wide armament suite, which makes it equally capable in both air-to-air and air-to-ground roles. Additionally, MiG-29 SMTs were recently ordered and have begun to enter service, with the first 4 new aircraft being deployed to the Russian airbase in Armenia to keep watch on the potential Turkish threat. Russian naval aviation has ordered sufficient MiG-29Ks to equip an entire carrier-based fighter regiment to supplement the Su-33 regiment that represents the Admiral Kutsinov's aerial component. But the MiG-29 family's ultimate member will be the MiG-35 fighter, which was originally developed for export, but which is soon expected to enter service with the Russian Aerospace Forces in 2017. Like the larger Su-35, the MiG-35 will be a Generation 4++ multi-role fighter equipped with an active phase radar array and a wide range of weapons. The renewed interest in MiG fighters serves several interests. The Sukhoi aircraft are all large, powerful, long-ranged aircraft, so much so that they are overkill in many situations, including close air support and providing battlefield air cover. Their presence would release the Sukhois for longer-range missions where their performance is crucial. The MiG-35 is also more than a match for most of the F-16 variants, which represent the bulk of NATO's fighter force and will continue to do so for decades to come. So they provide a useful boost to Russia's tactical aircraft numbers at lower operating costs than the Sukhois. The final reason has to do with Russia's defense industry policy that seeks to avoid excessive consolidation. The problems associated with the F-22 and the F-35 are a direct consequence of Lockheed Martin having a de facto monopoly on fighter design in the United States. The JFX competition that led to the F-35 was a sham for which the Boeing design was not developed to win, but rather to hone technologies to be used in Boeing's own monopoly, namely unmanned combat aerial vehicles. Therefore, the US Air Force now has no choice but to pay the many excessive billions of dollars Lockheed Martin demands and accept a substandard product because it literally has no alternative choice. The Russian Aerospace Forces, on the other hand, will have 2 major design bureaus to choose from in the years to come, and there are already rumors that the MiG-35 will be followed by a lightweight Generation 5 fighter to supplement the heavyweight T-50.